your characters are members of the Furry Elephants. Did you know their story before, or you didn't know anything? And how did you prepare for the role?
So it was for 40 Elephants. I don't think many of us were aware that they actually existed, right? So I feel like we had to go and do a lot of research about them. And when we saw them in the script, it was almost hard to believe that they did exist, because you're like, how did these women do this and survive at that time? So it was straight on to Google or like looking at books. And when you read the book, you just didn't stop, because these women's lives were so fascinating and you had all of that knowledge there for free. So then in terms of building the character, you had that, and then you had your own story that you could build. My character, Esme Long, didn't exist. She was someone who was made for the show. So I had to do a lot of my own research, but I based it off of the stuff that was already out there, and that was really cool to do.
How does it feel to be able to play a 19th century woman?
It's great, because I think we play our 19th century women like we would play our 21st century women, you know,
so true.
With reality, with genuineness, with realism, with naturalism. And I think that's what makes this show so different, is because you could take these ladies out now, put them in the middle of London, they would fit in. They'd get arrested very quickly, but they would fit in, you know. That's why it's so important. And that's why I think we've done such a great job of doing that, of taking just these women that you can put anywhere, and they make sense to viewers that are watching. You know, people can empathise and they can understand them and they can relate to them.
What was it like to build that sisterhood relationship that your characters had?
I mean, it wasn't really a big effort, was it?
It's not hard work. It's quite easy.
No, we were having such a laugh, and like we were getting told off a lot for being so loud. So yeah, it was honestly lovely. Like, everyone's so different as well. We're all different ages. We all come from different places. And we've all got different experiences. So just getting to know everyone, like, everyone's so interesting. Yeah. And like we literally just got on like a house on fire. It was the dream. Yeah,
it was instant chemistry, isn't it? And I think because we had that lovely chemistry off camera, it's tangible and you can see it and you can feel it as a viewer on camera, right? So that loyalty to one another and that closeness with one another and that banter and that relationship, that's for real. That's, you know, we take that off screen and put it onto screen.
Mary Carr's leadership is questioned many times during the series. Do you think she's a good queen of the Furry Elephant?
Oh, she's
Don't ask me.
No comment.
Don't ask Eliza.
You know, as soon as I hear Erin or Mary, I just think of the actor and I'm like, she's phenomenal. Yeah, obviously in terms of the characters, to be part of the 40 Elephants, there were quite a few rules that you had to follow. Right, one of them being that if you want to invest time into a man, it has to be for pleasure only. You can't have a relationship with them, right? And I think a lot of those rules they had for such a long time, but you meet them at a stage where they start to question, hold on a second, who do these rules serve? And how can we break the rules in-house but still keep the elephant safe? So you start to meet them at a point where they spot the little hypocrisies that are being mentioned, and it doesn't ride so well with Mary Carr.
And I think outwardly she's a great queen, an incredible queen, but I think she's got chinks in her armour. She's got an Achilles heel, you know, and I think she's got a vulnerability to her. And I think we get to see that throughout the series. And that's what makes her interesting, right? Is that she's a queen and she's running this outfit, but there is humility there and there's a softness there that it's intriguing.
And you also get to see why she is the way she is.
Yeah.
You go back to, without any spoilers, you go back to an idea of how she became who she became. And I think that will tell you a lot as you watch it in the show.
Yeah, she's a complicated girl, that Mary Carr.
Yes. If you could play any other character of the series, which one
that's a good
would you
question. Oh, you know which one just came to my mind? Punch.
Because
I thought, how fun. How fun to just be like, all right, everyone, like, get around in the ring.
That's a great character.
You know?
Oh, Morgan, who would you play?
Oh, there's so many. I think it would have to be Mary Carr.
Would it?
Yeah, it would have. She's so cool. I'm sticking with that.
Mary Carr.
Strong.
I think I'd probably remember Bill who was in every scene.
Oh my God.
So we had this SA, supporting artist, that was in every scene.
Was he a baker?
Yeah, and he was a pie maker, he was a candlestick maker, he was in some very emotional scenes at one point, and I remember turning around and thinking, why is Bill here?
Bill the baker.
He was the busiest SA I have ever known. He was in every single scene.
Yeah.
So I think I'd quite like to have been him, because
Yeah.
he got to see a lot of the show.
He was probably in more than not.
Shout out Bill.
Was, yeah.
And how do you imagine the life of your characters if they were currently alive?
Ooh.
That's a really good question. Actually, in terms of like the how do you explain it? East London as it is, like it has always been a working class area, and it is still to this day. So you do still have those characters in terms of the essence of women, and the strength still existing today. I have them in my family, like my mum, my aunties, my grandma. Like you have those characters still existing. But in terms of who they are, I don't think you'd even notice them. I think they'd be clever. They'd slip between the net. You might even be living with one you wouldn't know.
Eliza would have her feet up. Just letting these young uns get on with it. Let them do it all. Eliza's going to sit back and watch everybody. If Eliza was here now, you get on with it. She just wouldn't, she wouldn't feel the need to get involved now, because you could all come and do it.
She's also done it as well. Do you know what I mean?
Too old for
And the
that.
stripes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Alice would be doing. It'd probably be something very highly illegal and dangerous, and she'd look unreal.
Yeah,
I
she'd be
think she might do
doing it.
espionage.
Oh,
Like a spy.
Spy. Alice would be a good spy.
Yeah, maybe.
She's
maybe
a chameleon, isn't she?
Yeah. Yes. Maybe it could be a nun again, but like now,
Yeah.
modern nun.
How can cinema and television series help us better understand the history and past of a country?
What A Thousand Blows does in particular is shine a light on untold stories, on unheard voices, and parts of history that you don't learn in classrooms, that are actually far more interesting and far more valuable to society to learn,
You have these wonderful characters, Hezekiah Moscow, Alec Monroe. You'll meet someone called Victoria Davies, who are just examples of excellence, diverse excellence, and they just shone on the TV. And it's so cool because, like you said, if you're not taught it, you can just go onto Disney Plus and watch it for yourself. And I guess that's the most fun way of learning, right? When you're actually enjoying it whilst you're doing it.
Exactly.
I like that.
Thanks, Anna.
That was all. Thank you so much for your time. It was
Thank you.